over my shoulder, got some lovely common bistort growing, which is the plant that I've been exploring this week. So it's getting on in the day, but I'm hoping today to share a recipe with you. I've been trying out some common bistort recipes this week, trying to get the right balance of flavours, and I've found a really simple, tasty recipe that is onion and Bistort Bhajis. So I'm going to gather the 2 wild ingredients for that on my walk now, and then share that recipe with you. It's really quick and simple to make. And yeah, since it's Easter, and this is a traditional Calderdale Easter time wild food, then it's definitely a good one to be out picking today. So I'm going to gather just like a paper bag full of common bistort, and then I'll show you my other ingredient. Just wanted to show you this beautiful little scene here. So here's that old bridge, and then there's a patch of common bistort just kind of growing out of the soil that must have gathered on the rock here. Some lovely examples of the leaves there. Do you remember I showed you that winged stem in my video a few days ago? The leaf continues down the stem. And I called it the smarter cousin of dock, broadleaf dock, that you might have been shown to rub on nettle stings when you were younger. Yeah, that's a lovely little patch, and I wonder if over the past couple of 100 years other people have collected common bistort down here at this bridge and stopped for a drink and listen to the birds song at this beautiful spot. There's some more growing on the rock there. I also mentioned in my first common bistort ID video that sometimes if the roots are exposed you can see why they might be called snake root, and I've luckily noticed here a root, this thing here that looks a bit like a worm or a little snake, so it's coiled over, and that is the root of the common bistort. So yes, that's where it gets its snake roots. Snake dock, I think, is another name for it. That's where that comes from. I'm not going to cover mushrooms today, but I've just paused for a little sit by this amazing bracket fungus. I thought I'd show you that. And it just so happens that the next ingredient for my Bistort Bhajis is growing directly underneath this mushroom, so it seems like a magical spot to pick from. Here it is, the nutritious, tasty, amazing stinging nettle, and they're growing all around this area directly below this huge mushroom. So I'm going to harvest some of the nettle tops. I'll show you my technique for doing that. So I basically get in there with the scissors, just cut, you can see just the top leaves I'm cutting off, snip, and then I take hold of the bottom of that. That's a good way to avoid getting stung, but still no guarantees, so you can always wear gloves to make sure you definitely don't get stung. So yeah, I'm just taking the nettle top, which is the top leaves of the plant, to use in my Bistort onion bhajis. Okay, so I'm back at home. It's getting dark, the bats are out, and I've got all my ingredients now for the Bistort Bhajis that I've been perfecting this week. So these are 50p bhajis. All you need to get is 1 large white onion, that's chopped up on the left there. Then I've got my bistort and nettles, 50 grams at the back. 80 grams of gram flour there. A teaspoonful of root ginger, and then a pinch of turmeric, a pinch of chili powder, and a teaspoonful of toasted and crushed coriander seeds, and a little bit of salt, and that's it. Now I'm going to add a little bit of water at a time and mix this together until it binds into a thick batter. I made mine into a firm batter, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bhajis out of that. And here they are, frying away in about 1 inch of sunflower oil. So I'll wait till they are looking a bit golden crispy, and then I'll just turn them over to fry the other side. Okay, and here is the finished product. I've just patted off the excess oil with some kitchen roll, and then I've got a vegan live coconut yoghurt there with some chopped wild garlic or ramson flowers, and a little bit of paprika. Oh yes, and a wedge of lemon.